So have you ever presented your opportunity to a cold prospect only to be turned away in complete and total disappointment? I've been there. I think we've all been there at one point in time. But what's up, you guys? My name is Paul McCauley, and today I want to talk to you about why I believe that cold prospecting is dead and how you can actually fix it, so that way you don't have to worry about going out there, prospecting people. They do say that the fortune is made, in the cold market. Your warm market's really practiced, and I think that's the truth. But you don't always have to go out, put yourself out there, to get someone enrolled in your business. Because if you go out with the intention of prospecting people, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to come off as genuine. You probably have a little script or something you're using. People can see right through that. I think people are smarter than that nowadays. So when they see right through that, they don't see that you're genuine, and ultimately they're going to put their head back in their shell. They're not going to listen to what you're saying. So check this out, you guys. I want to give you kind of the formula behind how you can actually change it and fix it, so you're not sitting there looking like a complete dumbass in front of people that you're just meeting. All right, because that can suck. And I remember a situation where I went out with the intention of prospecting. This was over a year ago, and I remember going out with the intention of cold prospecting some people. I'm like, today I'm just going to get 10 new numbers. I'm going to get some people enrolled. It's going to be a great day. I went out, and the first person I talked to, I remember I watched this video from a guy named Cesar Rodriguez. I watched this video, and he was talking about how to headhunt, or how to cold prospect like a headhunter. And here's the thing, it's great for people. I think the old school network marketing, it still works for some people, but why waste all your time, all right, developing those skills when you could simply build something online that lasts forever, that's doing all the cold prospecting for you, and turn those cold prospects into warm leads, okay? People that want to trust you, that trust you, that want to buy. So that being said, okay, here's the deal. I went out and talked to a kid, for, I would say, a minute. He's working at a fast food restaurant. He wasn't even qualified, but I just literally threw a line at him after, at the end of this conversation that was really quick. I was like, you seem like a business savvy person. Or do you keep your options open to other sources of income? I mean, honestly, to me, that sounds kind of cheesy. It sounds kind of corny. And he automatically caught on, and he looked at me, and he said, "What are you trying to sell me?" And at that point, I was like standoffish, just like, "Whoa, dude, you kidding me? What's going on here?" Like, "No, dude, I just want to know." Like, he's like, "No, not really right now. Thanks, though." And so I just left, and I was kind of embarrassed. But here's the thing, you guys, obviously that situation, it's definitely a situation that I think everyone needs to go through just to kind of feel how it feels. But once you felt it, you don't need to keep feeling it over and over and over again. All right, I don't think it's something you really fully never need to get used to. Do get used to rejection, but you don't need to get used to being embarrassed all the time because you're not doing it the right way. You don't need to waste your time developing that skill if there's a better way out there, and I truly do believe there is. So instead of going out with the intention of prospecting, intention of I'm going to get people enrolled today, because that automatically cuts out the genuine. You already have some, lines put out there, people can see through it. How do you do it? Well, just go out and live your life. You're already going to go out and live your life. You're already going to go probably get coffee. You're already going to go to a restaurant. If you're talking to people, you're talking a while, so you have a conversation for 10 minutes. The conversation is eventually going to lead to them asking you, well, what is it that you do? Okay? And here's the thing. People are dying for authenticity. So I think that's the first step. Just be authentic. Be your genuine self. And if you're genuine, then people will see that as well, and they'll really link arms with you. They'll trust you, the words that you're saying. You have to just be your genuine self. People are dying for it. Okay? The second thing, leave a bit of mystery. All right, don't be that kid that as soon as they ask you what you do, you're sitting there talking about your company, the comp plan again, dude. Right away, they're gonna see that and they're gonna put their head right back in their shell. Okay, they're a freaking turtle that's scared out of their mind. They're like, what's going on here? He's just trying to sell me. He's trying to pitch me. Because if they ask you, hey, what is it that you do? You're like, well, I work with this company, and this company is great because of this, that, this, that, this. The product's great. Oh, by the way, they have a comp plan, and you can get involved. Oh, now you're sounding like some sleazy salesman that they don't want to be around. So instead of doing that, leave a bit of mystery and just say, I wish I could tell you, man. I don't have the time to talk about it right now, but check it out. If you want my, my website, check it out sometime. Period, end of story. Leave. And that's the best way, because all of a sudden, it creates more interest. It creates more mystery. People like mystery, okay? No one, let's be honest, if you've ever, and I hate to say this, but if you ever hooked up with anyone in your life and all of a sudden you go straight from one thing to the next and all of a sudden you're like, well, there is no mystery. I'm not interested in that person anymore. But the person that's hard to get all the time is the one that you usually want. Isn't that the case? So it's the same thing in network marketing. Leave some mystery. I have a mentor named Dave Wood, and he basically uses the internet. It's completely automated. He gets, cold market turn into warm leads every single day. He gets people enrolled every single day, not even saying a word to them. So he's not worried about going out there and prospecting. And if it just so happens that people want to know what he does, he tosses them websites. Sometimes he even just plays with them. He messes around because he has fun doing it. But this is what he says. He says this. He's like, they're like dying to know what he's doing. They're like, yo, what is it that you do, man? What do you do? How do you get this? How do you get so much money? He's like, I can't tell you. That's all he says. And he says in my own mind, I'm laughing because they're dying to find out. Yet all I say is I can't tell you. Finally, by the end of it, if they really want to know, I just toss them, a card with a website address on it. They go check out the website, and usually they sign up. But that's the funny thing, So I realized, well, I might as well try the same thing. And as soon as I started trying the same thing, just going out living my life, and as soon as people asked me what I do, I just told them I couldn't tell them. I mean, it was funny, the reaction on their face. So they're dying to find out, so they go and find out. Just simply giving them a website. But, that being said, that's kind of what we do now. That's what Nick and I do. We just use the internet to generate leads, generate, cold leads, turn them into a warm market. And that's what's really allowed us to not worry about going out with the intention of prospecting, but instead chilling back, and letting life happen. If people want to find out, they can. And that's worked really, really well. So if you want to find out what we're talking about, the system that we're using to just generate leads online and have those people start up, all automated, all that good stuff, check out the freedomformula.org. The link will be down in the description below. But until then, we'll talk soon. And I really do hope that you got some value from this and that you actually go and try it for yourself, because I promise you it'll work 100% better. That being said, we'll talk soon, and we'll see you guys.